the healing hotties, we get it. Hey, what's up? Hello, thanks for clicking on my video. I'm Decca, and in this video, I'm going to continue the Healing Decca Diaries. This is like a video diary for myself that I just so happen to be sharing with the internet, inspired by all of the Healing Girl Summer movement videos that are out there. I don't, you know if you know. The girls that get it, okay? The healing hotties, we get it. Yeah, so basically in the last videos, I don't even remember what I talked about in the first one. It's leaving my brain right now. But in the second one, I know I talked about my priorities and getting my priorities together. And one of those priorities was getting back into therapy and just really making sure that I'm like taking care of myself and utilizing all the tools that I have to take care of myself. And I have used therapy in the past, and it just felt right. Like it's time to get back into it, at least for a little while, to just like really give myself a proper like recalibration, you know? So I have gotten into therapy. Today I just had my third session. The first session was like an intake session, just kind of somebody listening to me talk about my current life status. And then that person actually paired me with a real therapist because they were like an intake nurse practitioner type of position. So they paired me with an actual therapist, a licensed therapist, and I had one meeting with them 2 weeks ago, and then I just had my second one with them today. So I'm meeting with them bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, every other week. And it's only like 40 minutes. It's a male, which I was a little hesitant. I was like, I need a Black woman who's gonna understand me to be there for my therapist. But it just didn't work out that they didn't have a Black woman therapist available for the times that worked for me. So I just went along with the best time, and I, got my own hang-ups or whatever out of my head of like what I thought I needed. What I really needed was therapy now, like yesterday. Okay, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. And it's been great, wonderful. I really think that, for one, I already have like a growth mindset. I always have. I'm always trying to like strive for better and be the best version of myself and like confront my feelings. And I just had a lot to learn, and so I've always been doing my best with what I had at that time. And now I'm getting to this point where it's like, okay, I really put my best foot forward. So when I get into therapy, it's not like doomsday. It's not like, oh my God, everything has gone wrong. It's really just like a safe space for me to check in with myself out loud to another human being. And of course we can do that with friends, partners, family, but it just feels so light and easy to do that with somebody who it's their job. And yes, they're getting paid to listen, but they also have like credentials. They also have like education. Like they're trained to handle this very, therapy session scenario. So I find it really cathartic, and I really enjoyed my 2 sessions with this man so far. The first time I did not cry. I was just kind of giving him the general who I am, where I came from, what I'm doing, what I'm having issues with. And right off the bat, it was just so nice, honestly. Like, he really gassed me up. And he was like, you did what? You came from where? Okay. You're giving exceptional. Okay, he didn't say exactly you're giving, but he did say exceptional. Okay, and I was like, let me sit in this compliment. And I sat in it for about a week, and I was like, wow, yeah, I really should be proud of myself. I am proud of myself. And I'm thankful for everything that has made me who I am. And that's my mom, that's the environments, that's the trials, the tribulations, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. It's all made me who I am, and I'm really thankful for that. And like, I'm finding myself getting more and more acceptance for things, and acceptance for everything, and not even labeling everything good and bad. It just is. Okay, so before I get too far into the contents of the therapy sessions, I also just want to add that my job, I have healthcare and benefits, and therefore I am able to get like 3 sessions for free before I have to just pay a low co-payment. So like I hesitate to call it a privilege. It is a privilege. It's also whack that our healthcare is connected to our job. That is so whack. You should not have to have a specific 9-to-5 corporate job to be able to have healthcare and to be able to have access to therapy. I just can't. I find it so whack. The people who need therapy and help the most often don't have access to it. So I'm just acknowledging that I do have privilege, but also that the system is frustrating for that matter. Anyway, okay. So yes, maybe that's the thing. Maybe just to play like devil's advocate or whatever, maybe, you know, him gassing me up was a way of him to get me to like him, but also like, I don't think so. I think that yes, I have overcome some things and I am doing it, okay? And I think we need to feel more proud of ourselves more often. A lot of us don't give ourselves the credit that we deserve and are looking for from other people. You don't need the validation and you don't need the validation from other people when you can give it to yourself. You can be proud of yourself, and that's really all that really matters. So yeah, I had a great time in the first session. It really got me thinking. You know, he said something that was like a Buddhist teaching of like something along the lines of like everything is as it should be and everything is perfect in the way that it is because it is as it should be. And I did some research. I'm not sure if that's like an actual Buddhist teaching, but again, it helped me in my thoughts moving forward after that session of like, you know what, I can accept everything for what it is, and that feels good, because I for so long have been straining myself trying to, I've been straining myself wishing for something better, wishing for something else, wishing that people in my life were a different way, wishing, that they were the way that I want them to be. I don't have control over any of that. Like, we don't have control over so many things. So it's like, acceptance is key for me, okay? And it's weird because as I'm like becoming more accepting of things, letting go and just like going with the flow, setting my intention every day to just, my intention is to go with the flow. My intention is to feel good. My intention is to create great stuff. Just setting those intentions every day, it's wild how like the feedback that I'm getting, and I think I was like kind of transparent with this. Like, one thing that I have struggled with is like my relationship with my mom, and she's amazing. She's great. And really, she has experienced an insane amount of trauma, and she's still a good person with a good heart and good intentions, but she struggles with a lot of things like financially, and just like her own moods and emotions and processing them. And as I become more accepting of her for who she is, where she is, now, she is evolving and saying the things that I want to hear. And I don't want to get too attached to the things that she's saying. Like she said today that she wants to do better. She wants to be better. She wants to take good care of herself. She wants to stop pouring into the other people that aren't pouring into her, because it's just depleting her, and she deserves better. Like, she's getting what I'm trying to get at too. Like, I hope that makes sense. But it's like wild to me that as I'm taking care of myself, as I'm seeking this, you know, new level of peace with her and my relationship with her, and, you know, my relationship to like my brother, things have a way of working out. And like, she was blowing my mind saying those things. Like, and I say I don't want to get too attached to it, because it's like, just last week she was saying something extremely hurtful to me, and, you know, thank God she has apologized this week and now said things that are on the other end of the spectrum. But that's kind of like, her moods and behaviors can be a little unpredictable. Not like her behaviors, but like her words. Like, it can get a little unpredictable. One day she says she's gonna stop drinking, the next day she says her drinking's not a problem, you know? And it's like, well, which one really is it though? You know? But that's the thing. Okay, so we talked about this today in my session. It's not always black or white. You can have good and bad simultaneously. And I know this. There's such duality to life. Like, I sold my car today, and I'm gonna make another video about that experience. But it was like such a cool moment for me, because it was something that I wanted to do, and I followed my gut and I did it, and it worked out, and it worked out great. And then at the same time, right after they literally come and pick up my car, I'm on this therapy session bawling. Okay, so, you know, there's duality to life, and it's not all good, it's not all bad. In my relationship with my mom, which is the reason why I'm kind of getting back into therapy, and because of the situation with my brother, who I also care deeply about, just to deal with like these hardships that my family is going through, I'm realizing it's not all good, it's not all bad, it's not all black and white. And just because I can be sad and upset about certain things, that's okay. It's good for me to process those emotions and to feel those things. But it's also important that I focus on the good as well, and like enjoy the good moments. Like this weekend, me and my boyfriend are going to North Carolina together for the first time. He gets to meet my mom in person finally for the first time. And, you know, I think everything has worked out how it's supposed to, but he totally would have met her sooner, probably, had it not been for the pandemic happening. And he had like some job instability, and now it's like totally stable. So everything just feels right. Like this moment just feels right. And so I can cry on my therapy session today, and in 48 to 72 hours, I'm gonna be in North Carolina, and we're gonna be with my mom, and I'm gonna be having an amazing time. And I'm so happy about that. And like today was the first day that I felt like really happy. I get to go see my mom. Like, I love my mom so much. I'm just excited to see her again. You know, I saw her a couple months ago. It was a rough time. It was a really rough time, but I know that things have already gotten better for her, and I've done everything that I can do to stabilize and take care of myself. And now I'm back. I'm gonna be back, and it's gonna be a really good time. And I'm really excited. I'm excited to finally get to see my mom and my boyfriend in the same room. Wild. But yeah, I'm gonna continue in the therapy. I'm really happy that I started doing this, and I'm excited to go on this trip to North Carolina. I will be filming it. There will be videos about it. And then I'll be able to come back, and then I'll be able to talk to the therapist some more about how it went, you know, and it just feels like such a safe space to process my feelings and thoughts and emotions. And the therapist isn't telling me how to feel, isn't telling me how to process things. They're just a soundboard for, you know, my thoughts and feelings as they come out, and a safe space for that to happen. And so I'm really grateful for it. I probably won't stay in it forever, you know, but I'm really glad that I'm doing it. And also, I should add, in the first session, he recommended a book called Self-Compassion by Kristin Neff, The Proven Power of Being Kind to Yourself. And I listened to just like the first couple of chapters, and he said I probably shouldn't be recommending this off the rip, you know, like on the first session, but it just felt right, I think, in that moment. And so I'm listening to the book, and this idea of self-compassion, and this is what I like about actually linking up with a real therapist, a trained therapist. They can, you know, suggest books that are good self-help books. And yeah, okay, so self-compassion. It's this idea that like we can be kind to ourselves, and the same kindness that we give to others, we can give to ourselves. And a lot of people talk down to themselves, talk really ugly to themselves in ways that they wouldn't even talk to their friends, a stranger on the street, anybody. But yet we talk to ourselves all kinds of ways and are really harsh and down on ourselves. And it's this idea that you can have a radical self-compassion for yourself. And okay, I just said that twice, but you get what I'm saying. It's this idea that you can show compassion to yourself and accept yourself and love yourself for the moment and the way that you are in that moment. I need to eat some food, okay? I need to go love myself and have some compassion for myself and eat. But I'm also not gonna be like hard on myself and be like, oh gosh, like I forgot to eat because I was doing so many things today. I suck. Like, no, I'm just like gonna be like, okay, it's okay. I will eat now. But yeah, I liked this idea of self-compassion, and I brought it up to my mom, and she was like, I don't have a clue of how to do that, you know? And so I pray that she finds the way to be more compassionate to herself and to pour into herself the way that she pours into so many others, the way that she always poured into me, because she really took care of me. She made me who I am with the help of God, of course, and I'm really grateful for it. And I can be sad about certain things that are going on in her life and my brother's life, but I can also be really happy for the good times and hopeful that there will be more good times. And, you know, I'm just gonna continue taking care of myself, prioritizing my self-care, my goals and dreams and aspirations. And it's a marathon, truly. It really is. And yeah, I feel like this video is probably way too long. So thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, please like, comment, share with a friend, maybe, you know, maybe share with a friend or something, you know. Thank you so much for subscribing. It really like warms my heart so much when I see like that it's my subscriber count has even gone up by like 1. I think I have like 47 or 49. So let's call it 48. And I'm just gonna thank every 48 of you. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I am going to continue this series. So there will be content about me selling my car. There will be videos about me going to North Carolina. And there will be videos about my post North Carolina therapy session. So yes, looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Peace.